This narrative is a narrative we pick up. Now, let me jump to the contemporary period. You are doing a degree in Oxford in PPE, which is basically a glorified set of A levels, because you learn nothing. But the people who do that already have a career because of their background and their parents. They don't need anything more than a stamp. The real challenge comes when you do research. You apply from India to say you want to study British medieval history. I'm sorry, you won't get admission. You apply for a scholarship, you won't get it. But you say, I'm going to study this subcaste in Tamil Nadu, and their dire fate, they look at you very sympathetically. Or you say, I'm going to look at the human rights of tribals, women's oppression, every fracture in Indian society, they will allow you to study because this is what justifies you as an informant. They are understanding what are the bell switches to pull to manipulate Indian society. And Indian society is the most open and vulnerable because of its democracy, its constitution, our history. Very easy to manipulate without actually invading it. Invading India is trouble. They will have a hard time. Indian armed forces are trained to fight to the finish. So they don't want to do that. It is much easier to influence. Now everybody's in this game. Now this game, please viewers understand, is played by the state. It is the state which plays this game. It is nobody else. The church is an accessory. The church has its own agenda and is delighted to play this game because they have been trying since 1812 when their role was legitimated. But you know, they hardly converted 50,000 people in the 19th century. But the church has always wanted to do this. And in the 21st century, what has happened, if you read the wonderful studies on evangelists in America, there are some absolutely first-class studies, and I'm reading them constantly. Their influence in American politics waned. They stopped getting invitations to the White House. First with Clinton and then with Obama. The days of Billy Graham and the powerful evangelists who wanted to push anti-abortion and many other policies failed. But the thing which did not fail is the coincidence of the evangelist's desire to work abroad and the state to use it to create a constituency abroad. A constituency which will rise to the challenge in Kuntakulam and stop a project, which will rise to the challenge and stop 40% of India's copper production. So the church and the state work together, but the state is in the saddle. But there is a wonderful study from 2012, which I have in my library at home, which says US foreign policy and the evangelists. And in the outset, I should say the evangelists were the only people who knew the languages and the local society, and they used to train foreign service officers. Foreign service officers in America used to go to the School of Oriental and African Studies to study under Wendy Doniger. They were learning languages. When I used to visit the library, I used to meet CIA agents learning Urdu. So this is all a network of universities and the state. And I'm afraid India has a very simple problem. Amongst many, there's one simple economic problem. The supply of things people want is very small in relation to the demand. Though it has changed a little bit, as India's economy has tripled in size from 1992 to now, still we have a huge problem, undersupply of every kind of reward and goodies. And the demand for that has grown and grown. So it is very easy to buy Indians because they think, what good will it do for me to behave like an honorable person when everybody else is behaving dishonorably? So my bad behavior will be a private gain for me, my family, my children, and it won't affect the overall situation because everybody else is sinking the boat anyway. So Indians are extremely vulnerable because, you know, I can tell you, sitting here, because I taught in the US in Massachusetts as well, I can count in two hands the number of academics in the social sciences who speak for India. Jaggi, you know them all. One is sitting in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The other one has written a fabulous political history of the partition.
Yeah.
I know maybe one other.
Yeah.
I only know two in England.
Why not name the good ones?
I think, you know, the reason I don't name him is this poor man who has done such outstanding work, and he's a scholar of exceptional skill, The moment he went to launch his book in the World Hindu Congress, all the people withdrew from participation in his official seminars. They made his life miserable. Now, the only reason he survives is by the fact that he is so damn good, they can't quite finish him off.
Yeah.
So I don't name him only for that reason. Only for that reason.